Hey, what's going on? This is Ron Menchaca, and can I just take a moment? Let me move this mic out the way. Yeah, buddy, I'm telling you, man, these Menchaca channel shirts are hitting heavy, man. I'm telling you, thanks and a shout out to Rob and Anna Guerrero. That Guerrero family has been supporting Menchaca channel from the beginning, and I thank them for their investment into this channel. We know that God is doing some great things here with us, and we want to just share it with you. Hey, in this episode, let me get started by saying, hey, welcome to Menchaca channel, where inspiration, motivation, and kingdom principles is what we do. In this video, we're going to be talking about how everyone has a filter. I'm ready. You're ready. Let's do this thing. Now, Menchaca channel is all about spreading good news, about motivation, inspiration, and we do talk about kingdom principles, something that God has placed on the inside, kingdom mentality, kingdom plans, and things to push you to success. And in this video, we're going to be talking about filters. I'm telling you, every single person has a filter. Now, I'm not talking about Facebook or Instagram or all these filters you can put, like the flawless makeup and all that. No. Even though that helps and some people need it, hallelujah, put it on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but look, filters are something that we have to deal with. How you were raised, how you operate in life, the trials and tribulations that you went through in your life matter. Why? Because every single thing that comes across your plate, you run it through your own filter. And whether it's a business proposal, whether it's a speaking engagement, you'll run it through your filter. Hey, wait a minute. They want me to speak, and here I am running through my filter. Man, I don't do that. I get nervous in front of people. I don't think I can do that. My objective, my end result is I can't do it. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to speak in front of a crowd. You said 300 people? No. There ain't no way. I ain't going to be able to get the words out. And it's just not in my DNA to be a speaker. And so we run our things through our filters. Now, why am I saying this? Is because it's very crucial that we understand that your self-portrait determines your self-conduct. I want to repeat that. Your self-portrait, the way you view yourself, determines your self-conduct. Now, there's people who don't have a great image of themselves, and they don't believe that God has placed greatness on the inside, and they can advance and they can do some great things in their lives. I'm telling you, and they go around with a bad self-conduct. They look at situations through a negative lens. They look at through a filter of negativity, and they never get out of what I like to call a comfort zone. And so they never advance in life. All they do is they want to remain in that little bitty corner, and I'm okay. Just don't mess with me. I'm all right here. Then you catch up with them 5-10 years later, they're in the same situation, dealing with the same battles, dealing with the same trials and tribulation. But every single one of us has a filter that we work with in ourselves. And so when it comes to you, your self-portrait and your self-conduct, every single time that you present yourself to someone else, just keep in mind this one little bitty thing. They're going to run your situation or whatever you're sharing with them, they're going to run it through their filter. Now, if they don't have experience or they don't see themselves doing it, guess what? You are going to get a negative response from them. All right, let's say that we go back to that public speaking thing. Maybe you have within your wheelhouse a passion to speak to people. Maybe you have within your wheelhouse that you've sang in front of people and you love doing that. It's just a passion of yours, and it can be 200 people. It could be 1,000 people. You just want to get your gifting out there. But the moment that I speak to certain people about it, and I know very well that they don't have that kind of thing in their wheelhouse, immediately I'll get something negative. And it goes something like this. Hey man, this weekend I got invited to go preach in San Marcos, and they're gonna have a conference and all that. The first thing they start doing is they get a conference, they get San Marcos, and now they start putting it through their filter. Well, I'm busy this weekend. Nobody asked you if you're busy this weekend. It's not about you. I'm just telling them about me. But they're running it through their filter. And so they're like, yeah, I couldn't make that work. Yeah, I'm not even, I can't speak in front of people. There's no way. And hey, who invited you? Well, it's this conference organization that wanted me to come speak. There's going to be about 200 people there, and they're just freaking out on the inside because their filter doesn't allow them to be joyful for you, simply because of their bandwidth of life. And so they don't see it working for themselves, so they'll turn around and they'll make it, well, I thought you had something going on this weekend other than that. Yeah, but I had to cancel. A better opportunity came, and so I took care of that, and now I'm on to this. It's like, wow, yeah, I couldn't see myself doing that. Well, nobody asked you about that, you know? And why am I saying this is because you can get boxed in by someone else's filter. This is why here on Menchaca Channel, we say constantly, hey, watch your inner circle. Those people you share your dreams, your goals, your everything that you want to do, watch who you share that with. And there's even something in the Bible saying, talking about giving the pearls to the pigs. You know, you can dress them up as much as you want, but eventually they're going to go back to the mud. They're going to go back to their old mindset. They're going to be in the slop, and they're going to not, treasure those pearls or your visions or your goals or your dreams. So it's better to get with people that are more educated than you. Surround yourself next to people that challenge your thought process. And when you do that, their filter's a little bit more broad, and they can give you more oh yeah, that's an opportunity right there. If you go to San Marcos, speak at that conference, man, can I just tell you that's going to lead to this, because I know the guy who does this, and I know this, and I'm like, whoa, that's a whole nother level. This other guy was telling me, hey, I don't know if you can do that, I don't see you doing that, because they didn't see it for themselves. They ran it through their filter. But this other guy, he's like, oh, that's going to be awesome. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone, for one. That's going to be good. And then it's going to expose you to more people that know a lot more about this kind of thing. And you're going to get invited to this next conference in Dallas where there's going to be 500 people. And then this one, and there you go. And you get expanded and all that. Now, here's the deal. Why am I talking about filters? Is because growing up, we are subject to what our parents' filter was. Now, that's important to understand, because if your parents were not healed, or they didn't live a good life, or they lived a life of oppression and depression and all these other things, they're gonna look at your through their filter. They're gonna talk to you. So, as a young individual, you have aspirations to do great things, and it's the parents who kill those dreams. And say, hey, when you grow up, what do you want to be? I want to be a doctor. Ah, loco, you're crazy. Man, you know how much it costs to go to college? You have to go to college for so many years and all that, and you got to know this and that. It's expensive. Why? Because they didn't have an outlet for finances. But you get with another set of parents who look forward to that, and their parents did right in sending them to college and doing all that. They don't have that barrier. And we'll find a way. We'll get you there. Man, that's awesome that you want to be a doctor, that you want to be this and that, and the filter's totally different. So that's why growing up, we have the structure of our filter right now given down to us by our parents. Now, my parents were loving parents, but when it comes down to, like, my father, he was an evangelist for over 35 years, and he went out and ministered a lot, and when he came back, he did what he could to be a father to us and all that, and I appreciate that, but there's many things that I learned what not to do, just as I learned what to do because of his filter. You know, my dad, when it came to bills, when it came to this and that, he had a very negative outsource. And I remember one time when I was going into his room, he had all his bills laid out and his money stacked and this and that, and he's ready to pay all that. And he would say, man, estos viles son rateros. You know, in other words, these bill collectors are just rats, man. They're just taking away everything. He had a mindset, and I don't know why I said this, and I can't, to this day, I don't even know. But I went in there, Dad, well, did you know that if you pay the light bill, you'll have light for another 30 days? I didn't know what I was saying. I don't know why I said it. All I know is I had to get out of there because it wasn't going to be good after I made that comment. And of course he said, you don't know nothing and this and that, and wait till you have a job, and wait till you have to pay bills, and wait till you have, you know, and some of that is good. But my perspective has always been, hey man, pay your bills and then you'll have another month of freedom to use the light and you know, whatever else you're paying and all that. And so my mindset was a little bit different. But I remember a lot that my father's filter was negative when it came to that. Nowadays with the stuff that's going on, it's hard for people to buy groceries. It's hard for people to, you know, put gas in their car and all that. I can see that that's risen up and all that. But there's still a way to be blessed, and that is simply by changing our filter, the way we view things, the way we are. When people come to me, and because I've grown so much, and not only in God, but also in this life. And so in my 48th chapter of my life, I've learned quite a bit of things, and I've gone through several things. And so I'm a tool to those who need help. And so when they come to me and they say, you know what, this is going on in my life and I just don't know what I'm going to do about that. And I'm like, wow, just like I teach my kids, when you got a problem, you can look at the problem, but don't stay there. Start immediately coming up with 3 solutions to that problem. And if you're having trouble, come find me and we'll talk it through. And sure enough, the same thing happens, because my filter's not to close it down, or I try not to look at or get into your shoes and all that. No, you're asking for advice. You're not telling me to take over your problem and see how I would work it. No. From a wisdom standpoint, I'm going to give you what you need. And so being who we are, we all have a filter. And that filter, I'm telling you, if it's negative because you had a negative experience, when they touch that subject, you're always going to give a negative response to it. But the key to fixing your filter is simply getting with people who are more educated than you, getting with people that are smarter than you, that have got scars on their back because of life, and they've gone through situations, and they've overcome certain trials and tribulations. Because on this side of heaven, you're always going to have trials and tribulations. That's what Jesus said. He said, in this life, you're going to experience trials and tribulations. Even the scripture, man, that talks about, you know, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. It does not say that the weapons won't form. It doesn't say that they're not going to come against you. It just says that if you're right-minded and your heart and your filter is in check, it's not going to prosper. It's not going to knock you down, in other words, right? And so how do we fix this filter or realign our filter? Just think of the past times that you have given information that was a little bit off, and that you could have given inspiration to that person rather than knock them down and kill the dream. And so as we progress in this life, understand that your self-portrait determines your self-conduct, and you have to see it backwards. You have to see the self-conduct and then rewind yourself and says, you know what? They're acting the way they're acting because they have a self-portrait, a negative self-portrait of them. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been around people who are excited and you can't get them down for nothing. And you look at their history and, man, this person's gone through ups and downs, ins and outs. And there's no way that you can, knock them down. Why? Because they have a positive outlook on things. And guess what? When you do that, you have favor on your life. You have blessings on your life. Things start happening because the comfort zone where most people want to be is no growth. It's stagnant. It's like a pond that doesn't have in or outflow. And guess what? It just builds algae and it turns green and nasty and starts to smell and collects mosquitoes. And no. You should be a flowing river. And that means that you need to get around people who are more educated and know more than you. If you are the smartest in the room, find another room. That's what I do. And so I'll contact people, and I know that they've been hitting this life hard and they got experience, and I just start to ask them questions. Then I listen. What do you got to say? And so let me let you know that you have a lot to do with your self-conduct. And it has to do with your image, how you view yourself. And if you're one that goes to church and understands the way God works, man, he's always lifting you up. He has plan and a vision to prosper you, not to harm you. And so when you go through the scriptures, God only wants to bless you. He wants to make your life strengthen. He wants for you to have a good outcome. The thing is that we're humanistic, and sometimes we ask people who don't have anything going on for them, what's going on? And we need to go to a higher source and ask, hey, how can I fix this? What do I have to do? And that comes through fasting, that comes through prayer, that comes through your meditation, that comes to time with God, and you will get enlightened. Because what is prayer? What is meditation? That's silencing the world so that you can have peace on the inside and hear from a loving God. And I'm telling you, things will shift on you if you understand that you have a filter. And if you can correct that and turn it from a negative to a positive, woo, things are going to happen for you. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Menchaca Channel, where inspiration, motivation, and kingdom principles is what we do. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and ring that bell so you can get another episode of Menchaca Channel. And for those of you who are supporting Menchaca Channel, thank you so much. You will allow us to continue what we do as you do what you do. Everyone has a filter. Come on. And when they're talking to you about something in their life that's personal, maybe we need to take a positive outlook and look for avenues that can help them instead of hurting them. Hey, I'm telling you that you got greatness on the inside, and guess what? We will see you next time. So until next time.